Are blue light glasses any good? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Now, there are two main reasons why anyone would get a pair of blue light glasses. The one being to help reduce eye strain and the second one being able to sleep better. So these two factors is what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Now, typically we get most of our blue light day to day from the sun when we're outside. And that's obviously if you're not stuck to your phone inside of your house. And so if we're getting most of our blue light from the sun every day, it's not going to be the end of the world whether you do get these pair of glasses or not. But there are obviously some benefits that come with it. There are millions of people who go about their day without having one of these glasses, or they've never used one in their life. And if you look at them and their lives, it's not that they're going to be losing out on too much. So let's see if it's a wise decision to invest in these glasses to prevent your eyes from getting strained or becoming better sleeps at night. Just before we get into today's video, we wanted to let you guys know that we are looking for an editor.
So if you have any background in video editing and want to work with us, make sure to hit us up. Check out the email here or in the description and send us some of your samples, and then we can work from there together.
Now, with blue light glasses, there has been a lot of studies taking place, and in the majority of them, they cannot conclude that they help with eye strain. Some practices say that they do and the others say no. And that also goes with the recommendations of different doctors and people who use it. Everyone has their own experiences with them. So we cannot conclusively say that they help with eye strain. And that's the first of those checklists done out the way. But since people and doctors are all indecisive about it, we always recommend that you also grab one of these and just try out for yourself. If they do help you with eye strain, then that's just great. But if they don't, there's just a simpler and much more effective way that you could do that. And that's obviously by taking regular breaks. If you take regular breaks from your screen time and from looking at the TV or your laptop, that's going to be the best way to help you reduce eye strain, because it's not just the blue light that's going to be affecting your eyes, it's also just the attention and the focus that you have on your screen, and that is what's causing the strain on your eyes. So it's always just better to just take regular breaks and just look away and just take some breathers in between. Now, the main key point that you need to remember in terms of blue light glasses to help with eye strain, if you do want to grab a pair, is that you grab one that can block out the high intensity blue light, and usually that means that you go for the darker tint, so that way you can block those. If you grab the clearer tints, they could probably block about 35% of blue light. That's not going to give you the same effective result as the darker tints would. Now, this one here is about 65-70% tinted, and what this one's going to do is block the majority of blue light, if not all of it. This is more of a warmer tone, an amber tone, and you can get even stronger than this, which is red, which completes 100% of the blue lights. And moving on to the second point of that list, helping with your sleep. Now, this is where actually all the studies showed that there is success with blue light glasses. It has been proven time and time again that they help with your circadian rhythm and also the production of melatonin. Now, the main reason for that is because, as we discussed earlier, you get most of your blue light from the sun, and if you're at late night receiving blue light from your screen, your brain is going to trick yourself into thinking that it's daytime, and that's going to be messing up your circadian rhythm. So what we say you need to do is get one of these darker tints to help block all of those blue lights, and that way you're going to be able to produce much more melatonin, and that way you can have a much better rest. Now, this point is going to be extremely key for all of those late night workers, whether you're going to be editing videos or doing any type of work on your computer at late night, whether that's writing emails, doing homework, business, whatever it is. If you're going to be working at night, you need to grab one of these glasses, because working at night and using your screen time is extremely bad for you. We've also discussed about not using your mobile phones late at night because it disrupts your sleep. That video is going to be linked in the description if you want to check it out, which is your perfect night routine. But we understand that a lot of people do need to do it for the circumstances, whether that's for work or anything else. So we always recommend that you get one of these and use it, so at least that way you're not disturbing your rhythm. The biggest downside to these glasses that I could think about is whether if you're going to be editing or doing any graphics work, you're going to be watching everything with an orange tint on it. It's going to be showing extremely warmer tones, so you're not going to actually see what the true outcome is going to be. So I recommend if you want to use those, you get the clearer tones, or just wait and do that work in the morning. So that way you're not going to be ruining the work by thinking you've actually color graded correctly, but instead you've actually ruined the piece. And to finally conclude the better sleeps at night, it's all about placebo as well. You have to remember that if you trick your brain into thinking that it's helping you, you're going to automatically get that benefit from it. So grab a pair if you think that they work, and there has been science proven facts to show that they work, but that placebo also plays a huge and key part as well. Ultimately, this is the list that you should follow on how to use them correctly. The most important thing that you should remember is that the more clear tinted glasses are going to be used for daytime, and the ones which are more heavily tinted are going to be used for nighttime. And if you want to reduce eye strain, it's always best to just take regular breaks. And if you really don't want to go out of your way to spend some money on a good pair of glasses, the easiest and best thing you could do is just change the saturation of your screen. You could get third-party apps or even extensions on your computer or your phone phone to change the amount of blue light that's being emitted. Now, that's not going to fix all of the blue light coming out of your phone or your screen, but it's going to help a lot. So if you just want to see what it's like to watch or do all of your work in a little bit of a less blue light setting, then I'd recommend you do that first before you start investing into a pair of glasses. Now, since I'm talking about investing in a couple of good pairs, let's talk about the 2 recommendations that I have. Now, if you want to go for a pair that's extremely viable but isn't going to break your wallet, then I'll probably recommend you go for a pair of blue blocks. These are extremely well, and this is the pair that I bought because I didn't want to splash out too much. However, if you really want to invest in a pair of these, then I recommend you do go for the Gunner, which is a little bit more expensive, but they have a couple of different designs, and there's a promotion that they're running at the moment that you could probably use as well. Now, before you do just go out and buy another pair of glasses, I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips to look out for before you invest your money, because these glasses that I recommend you do and these companies have these features built into them, but not every single pair has them. So if you're going to buy a cheap pair on Amazon, make sure that at least some of these points are checked. Anti-reflective surfaces on both sides. Now, on this pair of blue block glasses, if you see any blue light which is on the screen, it's going to be reflected. Now, as you can see on this footage right here, if there's any blue light glasses on this, then it's going to be reflected. So make sure that you buy a pair of glasses which do not have that reflection on them, which is going to be an anti-reflection surface coating on them. If you are buying a pair of blue light glasses, make sure that it's not only the fact that they claim that they block the blue light, but they show an analysis that do as well. Make sure that they are blocking the 450 mark, which is the peak intensity blue light, because if they're not doing that, then you're not going to be getting the best out of it. And these 2 last points go without saying, but make sure that they look good and they're also not too expensive, because what's the point if they are too expensive and they don't look good, because you're not going to be wearing them. So that means you just wasted your money and your time. Now, my overall thoughts on these glasses are that these are perfectly fine. I've been using these for a little while now, and I can tell you from my experience that they are pretty good. And that is all of the information that I think should be key for everyone to know before they make the purchase of a blue light glasses. If you have any other questions, make sure to drop them down in the comments below, and I will try and answer them as soon as I can. Thanks for sticking around to watching this video, and if you find it helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Check out all of our other videos, and remember, stay traditional.